been promoting and doing several yoga sessions with Maria. Everybody knows yoga, which strengthens both the mind, body, as well as soul. So we are starting some simple, uh, yoga asanas as well as flow, and end up with meditation. Maria, take over now.
Great. Thank you so much, Dr. Keeney. Can everybody hear me? Yes, thumbs up. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful to be here, as always, to be with you all. And thank you so much, Dr. Keeney, for inviting me to guide you through, we'll go through a, for some people basic, for some other people maybe not so basic. So we really do want to encourage everybody to work within your body. If something doesn't feel right, opt out. Just work within your capabilities. Okay, yoga, like Dr. Keeney just said, yoga is meant to strengthen your body, help you navigate through stress, meditation, flexibility, so that you can all walk the walk and talk the talk. You're all light workers, and we're so grateful for all the work you're doing in this world, and especially now more than ever. So true gift to be able to move through this during this holiday season. So Kim, if you can just spotlight Dr. Keeney, she will go through most of the motions. If you get look at her, if you get confused, and follow along as best as you can. I will demonstrate some things you can do seated. Some of you might be seated. You can keep your camera on or off. It's totally up to you. Okay, so let's just find a comfortable seat and sit up tall. So a lot of times,
as Maria goes by, I'm going to do some of this, and I'll also mention how can you modify. If you're not able to sit down, you just can sit on the chair, and it will tell you some modified poses that you can do on the chair also.
Yeah, so Kimberly will highlight me, and I will demonstrate some seated poses as we go through this sequence so that it's accessible for everybody. So happy holidays, grateful for health and wellness, and for this exciting new, Dr. Keeney's new role as wellness director. She definitely absolutely walks the walk and is very committed to her own health and wellness. And as you can see, she's in great shape and very healthy. And so that's important. So let her inspire you, everybody. So we'll find a comfortable seat. Kim, if you can highlight Dr. Keeney at this point. Yeah. And just let's rest your palms on your knees. And then the goal is not to slouch. As hospital workers, we tend to slouch. As just humans, we sit over the computers often. And we want to encourage sitting up really tall in your seat. Let your hands rest on your knees and line up the crown of your head with your sacrum, with your tailbone. So you're sitting up really tall, and then just connect with your breath. So as you breathe in, take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, exhale fully and completely. Notice if you're clenching, grasping, tense in your body, and allow your body to just start to relax as you inhale and exhale for a few breaths. We call this pranayama practice, which is breath control. Literally means controlling your breath. So just focus on your breath, which you do all day long, but at a deeper, more conscious state. So as you breathe in all the way into the sacrum. And as you breathe out, exhale all the way out through your mouth a few times. Slow in and out. And then exhale. Do that again. Deep breath in. And then exhale. And then breathe in again, this time with your mouth closed. So it's as if you're drawing the front of the throat to the back of the throat. We call this Ujjayi pranayama, which activates the glottis at the back of the throat. It's almost like a vacuum cleaner effect. Not easy, comes with practice. So that you're not sniffing the air, but you're using your entire lung capacity to draw more breath into the lungs to increase your respiratory system. Just do it a few times. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let the breath settle you. Just feel what's connected to the earth, the body connected to the earth. And allow yourself to get really settled into the moment, to the here and the now. When we breathe consciously, we are connected to this moment. Good. Take one more deep breath in, fill up. Notice if your breath is shallow. And then just exhale. Beautiful. And then just bring your hands to your heart center. This is called Anjaneyar Mudra. It's a mudra of gratitude, right? Grateful to be mobile and healthy and in the here. Really feel skin touch hands. And then take the arms straight up to the sky. You're going to reach the arms up and over and just lengthen through the side of the body. So you're going to feel length through the sides of the ribs, stretching the arms up, keeping the arms strong and healthy. And then you're going to gently take a side bend. So you'll lower your right hand down, keep your left arm up, and then take a gentle side bend to.
So this is a very important stretch for us workers who are in the hospital whole day. Maybe we are wearing lead. So, it hurts the upper back, the side. So when you do this, you don't have to do a lot. You can be sitting down, sitting on the chair, you're stretching. Look at this, the whole stretch of the left side.
Yeah, so you really feel a big reach through the intercostals, and this is great. You're wearing heavy lead, you're lifting patients, you're at a desk, hunching. So this can really create some balance in your life. Now take that same arm that's lifted and place it on the opposite knee and take a gentle seated sided spinal twist. So you gaze over your right shoulder, draw your navel to your spine to protect the low back, and then gaze over the right shoulder to the back of it. Yeah. And then just lift, gentle stretch. And again, you can do this seated at a desk. You can do this anywhere as well as on the floor. It's great pose to do at the end of the day. And then you're going to take the right arm up and over. So keep the hand where it is and just cross at the elbows to the opposite knee and then drop your chin to your chest. This stretches the upper back, the upper trapezius, the scapula, and stretches out the upper body. Yep. And then inhale, sweep the arms up and around again, reach the arms up and around, and then take the prayer up towards the sky. So both arms come up over your head, reach, interlace your hands, release the index finger, and then side bend right, side bend left, just to bring some movement into your upper torso to release any tension or strain that you're holding in your upper body. Chin up, chest up, big reach. Looks good. And I love how there's family members here. Take the left hand down now and reach the right arm up and take a side bend on the other side. So first take the arm down anew and keep the right arm up. So yeah, big reach here. Keep your chin up, keep your chest up and stretch the side body. You're doing great. Good. Big reach here. Keep leaning over so you can get a big stretch through the intercostals and the ribs and the sides of the body, which tend to get a little stressed out. Good. And then take the opposite hand to the opposite knee. And then the same thing, a gentle little twist for your low back. And then reach the arm up and around, cross the elbows, drop your chin to your chest and stretch the upper back. Deep breath in, deep breath out.
Also, what happens when we get older, our spine becomes stiff. Very important that you maintain the mobility and the flexibility of the spine, which includes the upper spine, the mid-thoracic, as well as the lower. So this kind of movement helps the flexibility of the spine.
Good. Deep stretch here, and then release your arms up and around, and then just do a few shoulder rolls to release tension in your shoulders. Go back and forward, just opening up the pectorals, the front of the rear deltoids, the front deltoids, the front of the shoulders, the rotator cuffs. Beautiful. And then straighten your legs right out in front of you. So if you're seated on the ground, just extend the legs straight out in front of you, setting up for Paschimottanasana, which is seated forward fold. And then if you're sitting in a chair, you can even do this seated, where you just extend the legs out and just start to roll out your ankles and release tension and stress in your ankle joints and the toes, right? We stand on our feet a lot. Just giving the legs a little bit of a break, and then walk your hands towards your feet. Again, you can do this in a chair for a little low back stretch. So we call this pose Paschimottanasana. You can bend your knees if you need to, if your hamstrings feel a little tight, for sure. Just drop your chin to your chest and stretch out your back. Yeah. Release. Good job. And then slowly come down onto your back, one vertebra at a time. Take your time. And lay flat on your back. Great. Yeah, Dr. Kini has all our props. And then extend the arms up over your head. Roll out your wrists, roll out your ankles, draw your right knee to your chest for wind removing pose. And again, you can do this seated in a chair. You just draw your knee to your chest and then start to open up the hip joint by circling the knee in all different directions and just invite movement, suppleness in your joint. The hip joints get very tight if you're standing and sitting. And then don't forget to breathe. You're breathing as you move. The breath is what informs the pose. Good, and then take that leg straight up towards the ceiling, flex point. Flex point, this is a hamstring stretch. If you have a hand towel or a strap, and we do recommend investing in some props. Do you have it? Yeah.
This is the strap, which we've been using when we did yoga in the hospital. Otherwise, you can just use a hand towel.
Yeah. And so the placement of the strap or the hand towel is to place it above the arch of the foot on the ball of the foot. Yep, just below the toes to really stretch out the backs of your thighs, your hamstrings, the calf muscles. It's also an inversion, so you're playing with gravitational blood flow. So you just draw the toes to the nose. And again, you can do this seated. You just put a hand towel to your foot and lift your leg up. Yep. And then just pull the toes to the nose and then just move in all different directions to release stress in your legs. Good stretch and great for your back, right, Dr. Keeney?
Yeah. So now when I'm going to the opposite side, it's a good relief to the lower back.
Yeah.
After wearing the leg entire day, if you develop some stress or pain in the lower back, this is a good stretch.
Yep. At night, you just do it and you'll feel better. It'll help with sleep too, right? You do it in the morning to wake up the legs. Good. And when you're done with that, we recommend 5 breaths or 20 seconds each side. Switch and take the other knee in for wind removing pose. So slight contraction. First do wind removing pose and circle the knee in all different directions. Just open up your hip and breathe and flow. And just start to feel the body release tension. Movement is medicinal. Good. And then extend the legs straight up to the sky. Flex point, same thing. Encouraging synovial fluid and blood flow. And then the same thing on the other side. Just take your legs straight up to the sky, place the strap just above the arch of the foot, and then really stretch your toes too. Even our toes can get tight. And if a straight leg doesn't work for you, a slight bend in the knee is absolutely okay. Yeah. Relax your grip. Deep breath in. And then cross the leg across. And then if you extend the arm out too, you can get a stretch into the shoulder blade, the pectoral. Lovely, everybody. Yep, just drop the leg across with the knee bent. That's perfectly okay. Oh, the kids are here. Yeah, my daughter started doing yoga too, which is amazing. Come back to the center and then hug both knees to your chest. Circle the knees in all different directions. This is a great massage for your low back. This movement, you're actually moving fascia, connective tissue. Yep, just like you're giving your low back a massage, just move the knees. And again, you can do these seated as well. Just draw both knees to your chest and move. And then from here, you'll rock and roll it all the way up to tabletop. So tabletop pose, you set up so you're on all fours, shoulders, wrists, and elbows are stacked. And you could do this seated. Kim, I don't know if you want to spotlight me really quickly. Seated cat-cow is you just drop the shoulders back and then exhale, draw your chin to your chest. So I'm sitting and then just moving the spine. So what these two poses, when we do them, we encourage spinal mobility, right? So the upper body, you can go back to Dr. Keeney now. Yep. So the upper body can get really tight and yeah, so just lower back, middle back, upper back, drop the belly, look up towards the sky, stretch your throat, stretch your eyes. And as you exhale and draw your chin to your chest, make sure the shoulders, wrists, and elbows are stacked. Good, and you can do that a few times, find your rhythm, just move the body. Good, on your next breath, we're going to start to move to some standing poses. So you'll step to plank pose, top of a push-up. If you have a wrist or a shoulder injury, just keep the knees down. It's totally okay. And then from here, hips back to the sky, downward facing dog. So you create an inverted V. This is called Adho Mukha Svanasana. It's an inverted V. It's great to stretch out the calves. If there's an issue with your head below your heart, you can come against the wall, and just place your hands against the wall and find the same pose to stretch out your back. And then walk your feet to your hands, or if it's easier, you can walk your hands to your feet into your first standing forward fold Uttanasana, which is a great stretch for your lower back. If again, there's issues with the neck, you can place your hands on your shins just to stretch out the backs of the thighs and the backs of the legs. And you lay your burdens down, right? From whatever you're carrying on your shoulders. And then from here, come all the way up to stand. Take your time.
Be able to reach, your hand to the feet. So wherever you can, whether you're at the ankle, your lower part of the shin, whatever you can.
Or blocks or books too, Dr. Keeney. They can place their hands. Dr. Keeney is all propped up. So those are great investments.
Now the blocks,
yeah. So if you need support, you use a prop. You can use 2 books. You can use water bottles. Okay, slowly come up to stand. Great stretch for your low back. Into Tadasana, mountain pose. Good. Inhale, reach your arms high to the sky. Interlace your hands above your head. Again, similar to what we did seated, but now you're standing tall. Side bend right, side bend left. And this pose, it seems very simple, just standing in Tadasana, but there's so much to it. You can stay grounded, you could stay rooted, you could stay centered. It reminds us to be focused in Tadasana mountain pose. So just lower your hands by your side and be here, be now. And then from there, you're going to lift your heels and lower them a few times. Yep, just exercising your calf muscles, the muscles in the legs, stretching out your feet. Just little gentle heel lifts to wake up the legs and to bring some movement and strength into the lower legs. Good. And then on your next breath, inhale, reach your arms high to the sky. We'll take Utkatasana chair pose. Okay, so bend your knees and then sit. Go ahead, Dr. Keeney.
Essentially, you try to sit. Now, if you're not able to go down, it's okay. Whatever you're able to do. You may be in this part of you can go down as much as you can. Or if you're just on the chair, just, raise your hands.
Or you can bring your hands to your heart.
If you're not able to raise your hands, just bring it to your heart.
Yeah, just make sure your knees aren't going past the toes to keep the knees safe. Dr. Keeney can hold this a long time. She's in great. But it's such a great pose to activate the muscles in the legs, to raise your heart rate, it works every muscle in all parts of your legs. So one more breath. We're just going to hold it. Well, how long, Dr. Keeney? And then come to stand. And then just be
coming to stand, just be gentle.
Yeah.
People can get lightheaded and dizzy.
Yeah. And then just feel your heart rate, feel your breath, feel the earth, and breathe. Good. Inhale, reach the arms up. And we're going to take our first low lunge. So you're going to lower the hands down to the feet and step your left foot back for low lunge. So in this pose, again, you can use props. You can grab blocks. If you can't touch the floor, use a chair. Bring your hands up against a chair for support. You can actually keep the hands above the arms above the head. And then from here, you're just going to bend and straighten the front knee a few times to invite movement. So it's a dynamic stretch for your back hip flexor, and it strengthens the front quad. Yeah, so just move the legs, stretch, work things out. Good. And then we'll add a little twist here. So you're going to bring the front left hand inside the front of the foot and raise the opposite arm up to just stretch out the upper body, as well as your outer thigh, your outer abductor, the outer hip. Good. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Lovely, everybody. Dr. Keeney, people are in great shape here. Okay, come back to the center. Good. And then from here, you're going to pivot to wide-legged forward fold. So you're going to face the wide side of your mat. This is, again, a great stretch for your lower back, the backs of your legs. Same thing. You can bring your head above your heart, or you can let the head go. And then you can bend your right knee and your left knee to just move and open up the hips.
Now, if you cannot bend, just stand wherever, the way you are.
Just be you.
Because you need a lot of practice. As you keep practicing, you'll get better.
Good. And then pivot to the front of the mat, low lunge to the front. And that's true. This is not an overnight matter. You don't do it once. You do it every day as you get better. Pivot to the front, low lunge to the front. And then you're going to step back into downward facing dog. Carefully, mindfully step your foot back. Good. And then exhale, come out to plank. Again, lower the knees if it's too strenuous and come onto your belly. Gently, slowly. So now you're laying flat on your belly and you're going to take Cobra, Bhujangasana. Walk your wrists back so your wrists are underneath the elbows. Peel the head, neck, and shoulders up. This is a great pose if you're hunching, slouching all day. Press the tops of the feet down and breathe. Good. And then slowly lower down from here. Come into child's pose. So child's pose is great for your low back. Send your hips to your heels. It doesn't matter if your hips hit your heels. You can actually even put a pillow or a blanket under the hips, below the legs, the thighs. And it doesn't matter if your head reaches the earth. You just want to stretch out your upper back. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Breathe into the bottom of the lungs. So we want to encourage respiration, respiratory function by breathing deeply. Beautiful. And then come up, come back to tabletop, and then you'll come back into plank, top of the push-up again. And then from here, downward facing dog. Looks good, everybody. Everybody I can see, strong, strong, strong. Good. And then on your next breath, you'll walk your hands to your feet or your feet to your hands. Back into that Uttanasana, standing forward fold. Crawl your way up there. It doesn't matter how you get there. Just, yeah. And then again, let your back go, breathe, and then come up to stand. We'll try the second side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. We're going to move a little bit more quickly now that you're getting familiar. Come back into standing forward fold. And step the other foot back for low lunge. And then the same thing, bend and straighten, bend and straighten, bend and straighten. One more time. And then take the twist, front hand to the front foot, reach the other arm up, big reach here. Good. So Dr. Keeney has long lines of energy. She's very focused. And you're just really focusing on your health and your wellness. So stay committed to that. Lower the hand down. Good. Pivot to the wide side of your mat. Straighten out your feet for wide-legged forward fold. Good. Just feel the back open. You should about now be starting to feel the body open. Good. And then on your next breath, come back to center, come back to low lunge to the front. And we're going to move on to standing now from here. When you're ready, Dr. Keeney will come into, she's adding poses, everybody. That's Skandasana. That wasn't part of the plan, but good. From here, come into high lunge, but that's Dr. Keeney. You're in high lunge. Your front knee is bent. Your back leg is straight. And we're in this high lunge variation. Yeah. So this is a great strengthener. So the one thing about yoga is it combines dual action. So you're getting a strengthener in your front leg and you're stretching the back leg. And this is called crescent lunge. It's a powerful pose. Good. From here, come into warrior two. Virabhadrasana 2 is warrior pose. It's a great pose for your hips. The front knee, make sure the toes are going straight and there's no internal rotation. So you want to see the big toe tracking straight ahead. The back foot is parallel with the back edge of your mat. So you're feeling your hips open. On your next breath, you're going to reach it back for peaceful warrior. Slide your hand back, get a big stretch through the front ribs, simultaneously getting a strengthener for your front quad. And then from here, our next pose is called side angle, a little bit more strenuous. You're going to either take your hand to your knee, your elbow to your knee, or your hand to the earth. So you have 3 options here. Go ahead, Dr. Keeney.
So this is the correct one. If you're not able to reach, just put your hand on the front arm and then your right straight higher up. But very important, this is a triangle.
Yeah, so big strengthener here as well as a stretch. Take one more breath. We like to hold it for 5 breaths, but this is a shortened class. Straighten the front leg. Come into setting up for Trikonasana triangle. So counter the pose first, Dr. Keeney. Slide your hand back and stretch the front ribs again. We want every pose has a counter pose. So strength and flexibility, strength and flexibility. And then from here, triangle pose, Trikonasana. You're going to slide your hand down a shin. We like to use blocks because depending on the length of your arms and the length of your legs, the goal is to stretch the front hamstring as well as the back, as well as the shoulder. Reach the arm up. Good. And again, 3 angles with the body. Breathe in and breathe out. Good. And then from here, come back to stand. And then you're going to slowly come back into that low lunge to the front. So cartwheel the hands down, spin onto the ball of the back foot and step back to plank. If not, drop the knees down and come back down into your belly. Slowly come back down onto your stomachs, knees, chest, chin, and then just feel the earth underneath you. From here, interlace your hands behind your back. This pose is called Shalabhasana. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders. It's great to work the muscles of the back. The back body gets very underworked, not an easy pose. If you can't interlace your hands, it's okay. Just keep the arms by the side. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders and stretch. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Good. Lower down, just rest for a moment. Come out of these poses slowly. Big toes touch, move your hips from side to side and just feel how these raise your heart rate. Good. Slowly come back to child's pose and then we'll move on to Uttanasana, camel. So you're going to slowly come up to stand on your knees. Again, you can do Uttanasana, camel. You can do camel pose seated. So I'm just sitting. Okay, come to stand on your knees. So you're standing up on your knees. Raise your hips up and in for Uttanasana. Yeah, bring your hands to your back pockets. Toes can be tucked under or not. And then you just press your hips forward and drop your head back. If it feels safe, you can drop your head back. If that doesn't feel safe on your neck, keep your head lifted. But the goal is to stretch the front of the body. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. Beautiful. Deep breath in. And we hold these about 5 breaths. Good. And then bring your hands back to your back hips and then slowly lower down into Virasana.
You can go to the advanced. You can go if you want to go to the advanced pose.
Yeah. More intense. You want to raise the intensity. Reach for your heels. Go ahead, Barb. Hips forward, good. And then slowly bring your hands back to support your low back to come out of this gently, because again, this one can make you a little dizzy too. And then you're going to lower your bum down to your heels in Virasana, which is a good stretch for your knees and your quads. Catch your breath, deep breath in, deep breath out. Okay, let's keep going, Dr. Keeney. We don't have a lot of time. Come back into downward dog. Good. And then we're going to try those other standing poses on the other side. So walk your feet forward into Uttanasana. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise. Reach your arms up. Stand tall. Walk tall and stable. Doing amazing work in the world. Good. Bring your hands to your heart. And then inhale, reach your arms up. and around again, and then exhale, fold, and we'll take low lunge on the other side. So step the left foot back for low lunge, and then you're coming into high lunge on the other side. So reach the arms up, stand tall, come up steady, focus, solid footing. Remember to really stay grounded to the earth. Feel the strength of your body, feel your breath. And then from here, warrior two. So drop the back foot, same thing. Front toes, make sure they're going straight. We don't want any internal rotation on the front foot. We want to keep the knee healthy, extend the arms up. The drishti is gazing right over your right fingertips, looking into the bright horizon.
So let's just go the front leg, 90-degree here. And your back leg, you see that? It's parallel. So the front foot is in the center of the foot in the back. And you stand straight. Arms.
And then you remember your inner warriorship, right, Dr. Kini? Good. Inhale, reach it back for peace.
We are the warriors.
You are the warriors, Sinai. You really are. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then from here, side angle, elbow to the knee. So the poses are geared, the philosophy behind the poses are geared to raise you back to your true essence, your strength, your power. And it's really quite powerful once you practice enough. And then from here, reach it back for peace. Counter that pose, straighten the front leg, triangle on that side. Slide your hand down, stack shoulder over shoulder, get a good reach. One hand to the earth, one hand to the sky. Feel the connection. That is you. Bright and powerful. Breathe. Yeah. And just let the body open. And you know, a lot of times your body will tell you how long to hold a pose. Good. And then come back into peaceful warrior. Good. And then from here, lower the hands down. We're going to come onto the belly. We just have a few more poses. Step back to plank. And then lower down onto your belly. And then we're going to take Dhanurasana. Oh, baby, this one's fun. You're going to reach back for your right foot and your left foot. See if you can grab both feet. But again, if this is more advanced, you might just take one pose, one foot. You might just take Shalabhasana again, where you just lift your head, neck, and shoulders. Dr. Kini, her practice has gotten just so amazing. So this one raises your heart rate. It's really great for the back. It opens up the chest. Keep kicking the feet back. Breathe, breathe, breathe. Oh, yes, the power is within you. And then exhale, release, and then just rest for a moment. Just let your big toes touch, your feet fall out, and just be still. Feel the sensation in your lower lumbar. Feel your heart rate should be up a little bit. Good. And then we'll just push back into downward facing dog. Just a few more, and we'll move into balancing. Hips to the sky. How's everybody doing? We're good? Stay committed, everybody. It's your celebration of a year, your survivors. Okay, walk your feet forward into Uttanasana. Good. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise your arms high to the sky. Stand, reach the arms up slowly, gently. Bring your hands to your heart. Come back to Tadasana. Get focused, mountain pose. And step your left foot back into warrior one. Just step the foot back. Inhale.
So warrior one, look at the foot that's in the back, which is the left foot. It's at 45 degrees.
Good. Yep. So the hips are open. Deep breath in. Raise your arms up. Come back to that warrior strength. Arms raised to the sky. Recommit to your life. Good. And then from here, Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. You're going to straighten the front leg and lower. Either bring the hands behind your low back if you want to combine the upper body stretch. Otherwise, you can bring the hands down to the floor. This is a great stretch for your hamstrings. The pose can really work.
You can down sit legs, so you get a better stretch of your calf muscle and the hands. You can use the box here.
Yeah, come on up, back to warrior one. We're going to move into a little more complicated, fun pose. You're going to come into a pose called Garudasana, the eagle pose. It's a balancing pose. Have fun with it. You're going to swing your back leg up and around the front leg. So it's like a twisting. So your body looks like ropes. And then you're going to take the other arm, the left arm to wrap under the right, elbow to elbow. And nothing like Dr. Keeney making it harder. She did opposite elbow to opposite knee. Good. This is great for lymphatic system. This works lymph. So you really want to squeeze and balance. If you're struggling, welcome to the party. It's just part of it. If you can't wrap the thighs, don't worry. Good. Unravel, come into warrior three. Go ahead, Dr. Keeney.
I'm just saying, go cross and stand like this. This is a modified pose.
Yeah. That's a great modification, Dr. Keeney. Good. Take the same leg that was wrapped around the front and you're going to float it to the back, come into warrior three. Your heart rate's going to be up and that's part of it. And you fly. Nice, Carla. Looking good, Barbara. Looking good, everybody. Yeah, Jessica. Really good. So this is called warrior three, which is a balancing pose.
And make sure your shoulder is above your heart. Don't go way further down. You can
yeah. Yep. The shoulders tend to go towards the earth. We want to stay lifted, like you're flying, full faith, full vision. Nice. Good. Come up to stand in Tadasana and then just catch your breath. Deep breath in.
You could get lightheaded, so.
Watch the lightheaded. We want to pause. Kind of like life. Tree pose, Vrikshasana on the other side. You're going to pick up your right foot. So we work the left. Now you're pouring the weight into the left foot. So Dr. Keeney will show you, and she's come such a long way in this pose. I wish I took before shots. Okay. So you have three options. Show them the three options, Dr. Keeney.
So one, you're on the thigh, which is the proper one. Most people will not be able to do that. But the most important thing is never leave your foot on the joint. So you got to be up here, or if you're not able to do that, just at the ankle. Either of the three, but never leave it on the knee joint.
The great pose for your hips, for focus. Hard to stand on 2 feet. Find a dristi, which is a focal point to focus on. Press your foot into your leg. Amazing, Dr. Keeney. Deep breath in, deep breath out. From here, we're moving right. Yep, you can raise your arms up. Just have fun.
This is the winter tree. This is the spring tree where you're flowering.
Winter tree, hands to the heart. Spring tree, you're flowering. And some days we sway. Okay, right into standing bow pulling pose. Another challenging pose. Have fun with this one. You're going to start knee to knee, balancing on the left foot, same foot. And then just grab the foot. Nice, Barb. Right into it. Good. Extend the arms up and then just kick the leg out. Dr. Keeney has a gorgeous standing bow pulling pose. So good. You can go up against the wall if you need support till you learn it. Yeah, you can reach for props. It's totally okay. We don't call the police. Inhale, exhale. Nice bows here. Really amazing.
All my people in Sinai are very good in bows.
They're really doing great, Dr. Keeney. Okay, second side, let's do it. Inhale, reach your arms up. We're almost done. We're going hot. We're going longer, but we started late. Okay, left foot back, warrior one. Right foot forward, left foot back. Yeah, left foot forward, right foot back. Dr. Keeney always corrects me. Inhale, reach your arms up. Good. And your next breath, you're going to just feel the hip open, feel the stretch. And then from here, right into eagle. Swing the opposite arm under, and I'm sorry, I forgot pyramid pose. Come back to warrior one, Dr. Keeney. Inhale, reach the arms up, and then lower down, pyramid pose on that side. Again, reach for props, reach for books. This is a great stretch for the hamstring. Gravity is going to want to pull you down. Both hands to the floor, one hand to the hip. So Dr. Keeney's adding a little asymmetrical move here. She's lifting her front toes to intensify. Just want to make sure you're not hyperextending that front knee. Keep it soft. And then from here, come back to warrior one, set yourself up, find a drishti, find one spot to focus on, and then swing the opposite arm under and the right thigh over the left. Again, do the modification. If you need to take the other modification, that's perfectly okay. And then squeeze. So you're getting a upper trapezius stretch in this pose. You're getting lymphatic system, the lymph in the hips, under the armpits, as well as a balance strengthening for the ankle, as well as your heart rate is rising. So many benefits to this one. Not an easy pose though. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Dr. Kini can hold these a while. Should we stay? We'll let them out. Come into warrior three. Good. She's not easy to keep up with, but you're all doing amazing. Good. And then slide into warrior three. Lift the shoulders. Lift the shoulders. Don't let them go past the hips. Hips square. Catch your breath. And then come back to Tadasana. Get back to center. Return to center. Samastitihi. Deep breath in. And then we'll come into tree pose on the other side. So just pick up the left foot. Quick demonstration.
Focus on somebody else who's doing a good tree.
Ground, root, center, winter tree, spring tree, windy tree. Looks good, everybody. And then come back to Tadasana, and then we'll go right into standing boat pulling pose on the other side. Just pick up your foot. So the weight is on the right foot this time and the left foot, and the same thing, either grab a prop, grab a wall, or just try to balance. I want to see everybody. Amazing. Nice, Kevin. Tanner's got his whole family. Looks good. Yeah, spotlight some people. Yeah.
Look at that tree.
Nice, Carla. Good to see you, Carla. Good. Wonderful. I like the smiles with it. Amazing. Okay, and then let's come back to center. Come back to Tadasana, and then we'll just going to drop into Malasana and come down to the floor. We'll wrap it up. Dr. Kini, this is going longer than we expected. Okay.
But everybody's on still. They like it.
Yeah.
They like you.
We started late. Come down onto your seat, Navasana, and we're just going to wrap it up. Come into Navasana boat pose. So this pose, another challenging one. You have 3 options. We always have options, right, Dr. Kini? You can bring your hands behind your hips to support yourself. Bring your hands to the floor. Okay. A lot of times in this one, we want to round the low back. And I think that's what contributes to some of our lower lumbar issues. So you want to remember to try to maintain a natural arch in your lumbar spine. And then this helps with the hip flexors. This helps with, you bend your knees for sure in this one.
This is another variation where you're bending. You see that?
Yep, you can bend your knees, or you can straighten the legs, or you can bring your hands behind your hips. It's great for the core as well, core work. Okay, enough of that. We'll come down onto our back. And just look right, look left, stretch out your neck, and then we'll take recline pigeon quickly. Just take your right ankle over your left knee. Shouldn't say quickly in yoga. We're supposed to be slowing down. And then just stretch out your outer hips, outer thighs. And you can get, Dr. Kini has her head lifted, but we recommend letting your head rest. So good for your, it's called a recline pigeon. Oh, Dr. Goldman's here too. Hi, Dr. Goldman. And then switch. Yep, switch out your legs, open up your hips, breathe. So try to flex both feet to activate muscle, because the muscle, we want a little bit of muscle energy to protect the joints. Yep. And then from here, you lower your feet down for Setu Bandhasana, bridge pose, which is so good to do at the end of the night. You just set your feet down, bend your knees, and then just lift your hips up and down, and then open up the lungs, open up the ribs, and strengthen your bum and your hamstrings.
This is a good pose to relieve the stress from the lower back.
Yeah. Breathe and breathe out. Good. And when you're ready, lower your hips and then hug your knees to your chest. Lift your bum up and shift your bum to the left first. Then drop your bum down, hug your knees to your chest, and then drop your knees to the right. We call this a supine twist. You're laying supine position. Extend your arms out, scrape lower back stretch. Good. Just release any stress from your back, any stress from your work. Right? The body holds the score for sure. And then release and switch to the other side. Make sure you do that little shift in the hips. So the sacrum and the tailbone is lined up with your cervical spine. So you have a nice line through your low back, and extend your arm out. And then just start to stretch. And then we'll just move into a couple minute meditation. Take a happy baby, lower back stretch, and then we'll meditate in Shavasana. So if laying flat on your back, this is your final pose. If this pose, Dr. Keeney, right? Not easy, Shavasana, but can be really beneficial for all of you who are doing so much beautiful work in the world, just to take a moment with conscious awareness to just be still, but you're consciously awake. So you learn to navigate your stress and your mind. Okay, so if laying on your back is uncomfortable, you can bend your knees and let your knees rest, or you can come to a chair and sit. But I do invite you to take up a lot of space. And then just take a deep breath in and then exhale. Shavasana, corpse pose, reminds us that you put in the work, you did the effort, and now it's time to just be still, to connect with nature, to feel the earth supporting you, to let your feet go. Start to lose all tension in your body. Relax your jaw, your muscles of your face. Close your eyes. Give yourself permission to just be. To honor your inner wisdom, your intuition, to honor your warrior strength. Just be. If your mind starts to get really busy thinking, pull it back, pull the focus back to your inhalation and your exhalation. Slow, you can count your breath back. This might be the hardest part of your practice. Good. And then just start to deepen your breath. Feel its buoyancy, feel its cadence. Let the breath be strong and let it fortify you. As you breathe in strength and resilience. And then as you exhale, let go of any fear, doubt, worry, unhelpful energy that the mind creates. As you breathe in, feel healthy, flexible, strong. As you exhale, release tension, contractedness, heaviness. And then just bring one hand to your belly, one hand to your heart. And then just take a moment to honor and celebrate all you're doing for your work and in your life. Like really connect with your vitality, your effort. You are all light workers. And so just truly breathe that in and honor that. And then extend the arms up over your head. And then you integrate this practice in your life and you show up as present and as strong as you did today. Hug your knees to your chest, roll to the right, and then come up to seated. You can bring your hands to your heart center, Dr. Keeney. And I will turn it over to her. Well, I'll just say Om Shanti, Namaste, Satnam, everybody. Thank you so much for always inviting me. And I'll turn it over to Dr. Keeney to close us.
Thank you, everybody, for joining this session. I hope everybody enjoyed it. You can send us an email, send us a chat if you liked it. As a part of my new responsibility as a wellness director, we are going to have more of these sessions. And I would also like to thank Mask to Mask, who actually, sponsored a little bit of giveaways to this session. And then we have another instructor here, Barbara Perez. If you can show her, Kim. She's online still. You can.
Barbara Perez, yeah.
I'm here. Hi, your sister.
Bar instructor. So in the next couple of weeks, we will have another session with her. You like that exercise that she does. So we have a lot of people around us. So we will be having various sessions regarding wellness. What I would like you to do is just send us myself, email Kim, or you can send us on the chat if you liked it, what else you want, so we can incorporate all this towards our wellness initiative that we are going to start as of 2021. Is Dr. Goldman online?
Dr. Goldman?
How are you? That was great. That was really great. If you could put it on YouTube, so people can use it, that would be great. Did you record it, Kim?
Yes, it's recorded and will be up on YouTube later today.
That's great.
Dr. Goldman is a full-time supporter of all the wellness initiatives we are doing. Yeah, good. Okay, thank you, everybody, and have a good rest of the Sunday and happy holidays and happy New Year for all of you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Keeney, for doing this for the staff. It was great. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, Dr. Kinney. Happy holidays.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, happy holidays, everyone. Happy New Year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kinney, for organizing it. It's really a wonderful initiative. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kinney.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you, Dr. Kinney.
How do you chat?
Thank you, Dr. Kinney.
Thank you. Looking forward to the next one.